Welcome back, UniVersus viewers at home for the World Championship Tournament Day 1 here in Dallas, Texas. I'm Barrett Bryan, joined by the wonderful Chris Bromley, who is so too powerful for me.
I've never been more powerful.
I believe it. As you can see by all the power that we've accumulated in this entire tournament, so have our players. And so we've got round 6 that we want to dive in immediately because things are heating up. And our top 16 players that will be moving on to Day 2 of the tournament to join our Day 2 players that already had enough points coming into the event.
I have 6 of them now.
Being finalized. That's right, round 6 for power. So we've got your tale as old as time, Bromley. We've got a good old kaiju off coming in.
Oh,
to this
true.
round. And we have some spicy stuff to talk about because, we have caster picks first. Oh,
Whoa, we're going to talk about our things, how we're doing. All right, how many of your picks have you seen today?
My last one I commentated, there were Vast Hybrid Chimera Krakens out the wazoo.
There were Vast Hybrid Chimera Krakens being played?
Absolutely. Vast Hybrid Chimera Krakens, yet no Genkai's guidances or daily trainings to be seen from me.
Well, no Genkai. I've seen Genkais.
That's good.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Genkais. No daily trainings. People have not been taking their daily training seriously. But I have seen Barrier Shield.
I've seen a lot of Barrier Shield.
Yeah, Barrier Shield and Violent Animus Shot I have seen. Violent Animus Shot is a 1x in a lot of decks with some more on the sideboards. I've not seen Ocean Buddies, though.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
And we have even seen some water characters
represented.
represented.
Yeah, we saw JJ had the other Ocean Buddies-like card.
Yes.
From Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. On block, they put a card from the top of their deck, which is kind of the big deal, is that Ocean Buddies need specifically to have been played a Roman cancel ability to get the a card face down. Right?
Unabusable card.
Yeah. And so... Yeah, so Barrier Shield, though, and Violent Animus Shot. We've seen Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken, known Barrett Bryan favorite card, Vast Hybrid Chimera Kraken, and I think Giga. So I think our picks have been pretty too. 2 for 3? 2 for 3?
I do think Sam is probably winning, though, because he's got Koenma's Task, and I've seen a lot of that card. He's got Pass-Through Walls. I feel like I see a lot of that card.
I've seen 0 of that card.
Well, I feel like we're going to see a lot more because here we have
here comes
another Godzilla. But on the Earth symbol, so actually no pass-through walls on this one. Earth symbol for this tournament, but has previously played Godzilla in Louisville with a 51st finish, coming in with this event with exactly 1 point extra, coming in for this Day 1 and rocking an incredible 4-1 for Austin E here.
Yeah.
Another Coping with Cardboard representative. They're doing pretty good so far in this Day 1 tournament.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. I've seen a lot of them playing the Berthold deck.
Yes.
Yeah, the James Berschmugel man. That's his full name.
It is?
No.
Paul Butler?
Oh, no. I know Paul Butler. I meant Bert Hoover.
Bert Hoover. Oh.
Berthold. Yeah,
Hoover.
But this is a Coping with Cardboard Meister who's not playing Berthold, playing another premier aggro deck, though, in Godzilla. This deck playing some cool ones, though. It's all a bunch of we'll get to the deck anyway. And on the other side of the day, we've got Cohen Nugent playing Rodan, another giant monster. This one of the sky.
Our first EU representative so far on stream today. And might I also add, he is only 15 years old. And so the Europeans coming out in full force this event, not just in the sense of going 4-1, but piloting an incredibly difficult deck, because I don't know about you, but I can't go 4-1 with a Rodan deck, not in this current format, because it's so difficult to survive with your 21 life and having to play perfect defense, and even previously having come from Devil Gen representation across these other two. But with 113 points showing up here, 4-1, clearly on his way to make a Day 2 appearance. So I'm very excited to see how this match is going to go. But we've got some deck lists like you were ready to yap about.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about all the low attacks in this Godzilla deck, okay? Piercing Thorn Lances is going to be the card to think about first, right? You're going to be wanting to go into the card pool with stuff like Black Abyss, with Earthbreaker, with Smashing Stomp, and follow up into the Piercing Thorn Lances, which is going to clear the card pool. Obviously, we're going to want to see City Rampage. I almost said it, Barrett. Okay.
Citywide Rampage.
I almost said Citywide Rampage. Yeah, but clearly we're going to dig for those City Rampages. Those inspiring songs, those other cards that we are used to seeing in Godzilla's, but the low game plan, right, could see kind of a wrench thrown into people's, kind of assumption of what Godzilla can do.
And
right?
I think a lot of people maybe not having as many stock of low attacks in the deck. Now, we know that this is kind of a deck that has had some success in some tournaments, but again, like you said, with the Piercing Thorn Lance, it's not just about cleaning the card pool, it goes to the momentum.
Yeah,
so it's
true,
like
so
a
you can
double
use it.
up with Godzilla. But I'm a big fan of Earthbreaker, and I'm excited to see the success of that one because it's one of those moves that's not just about stunning for later, giving more damage with your draw effects later on while it's in the card pool, but if it connects, being also to control the foundations on the stage. Meanwhile, for Cohen, we've got this Void Rodan list, and it looks pretty standard in the sense of we love Rejuvenating Smash. Because we're playing those 4 punches, we might as well rock the true 100%, or not true, the 100% repeated smashes.
Yeah.
And also a 4 full suite of the Tri-Gravity Beam, and really respecting also interaction of the board by playing 3 copies of Ice Sword Execution.
Yeah, I mean, this is last round we had a Void Ryu who played 0 copies of the Ice Sword Execution, 0 copies of the Tri-Grav Beam, right? And only, I think, 1 copy of the Violent Anima Shot in the sideboard. Cohen saying that, hey, I might not have the perfect hand, quote unquote, for the true 100% smash, but it's good enough, right? It's going to get speed from Rodan. It has EX and powerful on it, right? I don't need it to have the full, ready for cards thing going on for it. It's just very, very serviceable. It's got a good block modifier, and it can be a kill card. And that's really what I see from most of these cards. The only card in this that can't, the only cards that I'll say that can't really kill our opponent are disruptive or they're supportive, right?
Yeah.
Draw cards. And so that's a big thing. We see on the defensive end, right, we have the classic Void Rodan stuff with the Cape of No Return, with the Genkai's guidance. Sorry, there's a
the
training.
1.
Yeah, there's your 1. Copy of Genkai's guidance. 3 barrier shields, though.
Yeah, you're right. You're winning on that one. And you got Violent Anima Shots represented
That's
here
true.
as well.
Violent Anima Shot.
So
both very, very relevant. And I think Violent Anima Shot is one of the best openers against Godzilla because it forces them to think about blocking.
Yes, it does.
Not for the backup thing, but Godzillas tend to want to absorb as much damage as possible. When you send a 5 damage move at them, they don't really care. And so Violent Animus Shot is going to be an incredible opener, or just a second, or move even, for you, because you want to make it so that your Tri-Grav Beams, your big, powerful Ice Sword Executions will connect.
And we also see a lot of Godzilla specifically use their 34 health total to tank the moves and hold those attacks.
Yeah.
But cards like Violent Anima Shot really deter that.
Because they're random,
Exactly. Right? And then also the, not as beneficial defensive side of the character of Godzilla. Blocking a very fast Violent Anima Shot is very difficult to do sometimes because that's just not the pieces we're playing in these sort of aggressive 6-hand size Godzilla decks. But only a build 3 here on the side of Cohen, who is going to be going first, as we are seeing a potential, there it is, a build 5, one of which being that military airship, meaning this attack turn that will eventually come through for Austin is going to be pretty potent if we can double up on one of these powerful attacks.
On Rodan's side, we see this is like the classic Rodan thing where like, oh no, they only got to build 3, but it's Battle for Dominance, Incubating, and Armor-Clad Faith. Every single card in this deck does something.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite things about watching a Rodan is oftentimes they'll get a build 3, they'll get a build 4, or something like that. And even like if they'll follow with a build 3 afterwards, it's like, oh, something's going on our side of the table over there, but each of them has they're carrying a really, really powerful weight. Even the 1 difficulty foundations will be doing something significant, right? Armor-Clad Fate, of course, you'd like to see it into decks with EX and with powerful, but even being able to just strip stun off of an Earthbreaker
is huge.
Could be massive when you're at a low foundation count like we are here. Gonna have to tap it down already, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we're going to lose the Ironclad, like you said, but a Ice Sword Execution coming in here, being able to pick a piece, and hey, it's our own Stun 2 move because you built 2 copies of the same card. Horrifying Realization getting named here. Commit all those pieces. Now we don't have a momentum. Can't use the other enhance of it, of spending the momentum to give it +5 damage and freezing a selected piece. But immediately removing the top card of our discard pile with Rodan to give speed equal to the block modifier, which is +2. And we now have 1 attack already in our move from game pile to hit that magical number 4 for Rodan to unlock the full text of the enhance ability.
Yeah, we put the Ice Sword Execution from our discard pile in the throw pile.
Yes.
Yeah, which is customarily where cards go when you remove them.
We're throwing them.
Yeah, throwing them out of the game.
To the remove from game pile. Yes, absolutely. And it does connect, easily getting us our first momentum on the board for Cohen. That benefit of going first after the build for the poke, and then getting a Cape and Overturn into an Aaron sidestep, and hopefully any other Fateful Decision follow up as well. And as long as we check pretty well, which is not too bad, we get to keep this Incubating up in our state.
Yeah,
So,
this is though I think the most exploitable turn
yeah, for sure.
for Rodan, right? If you can do 10 damage here, I think that Godzilla could win. Otherwise, if he gets to turn 4+, it becomes Rodan's game, even with a board nuke.
Absolutely.
Just because they will have accrued so many resources, and their scout becomes online, and yeah, it gets unrealistic.
It's even like the duality here of assets for both these players. We have the military airship, which functions as like a double up of one of these moves, but Cohen has immediately responded with their own 3 difficulty asset for the cape and overturn, says one of these attacks I will not have to deal with.
Right.
And depending on how much investment or when the timing of when that enhance is pressed, you could catch Austin maybe in between powerful enhance abilities that he wants to be pressing, maybe not getting that extra +2 to his check because he didn't press the Godzilla enhance first. But yep, there's that double horrifying realization as we are now then going into this I always forget this one.
Determined advance,
which is a tried and true. And I remember talking with Sam in the previous round with the Godzilla of like how quickly people spend this momentum and what they choose to do it on. Because my favorite version against these Rodan decks is not using EX.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now using it for the plus checks because it already can't go below 6 speed, and that is the best move also for Rodan to cape and overturn the attack away.
Get it out of
because
there.
it will always be 6 mid no matter what, not lower.
Yeah, I think that is going to be pound for pound your best attack in the deck because it's one that Rodan has to actually block, right? Uncomfortably.
Terribly uncomfortably.
Yeah.
Especially with that horrifying realization, one of the cards that was pitched by Cohen ended up being a foundation, so we had to commit even a bonus foundation of our own.
Yes, yeah. My fear there was after the horrifying realization, we only had 2 foundations up.
Yeah.
So an Earthbreaker would have been,
just as devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's that smashing stomp. Gonna get that minus speed, and this is a lot easier to block here for Cohen, of course, but it's a low zone check, and what is this deck playing a ton of? Low attack. So just because you have a low block for this smashing stomp, which is for 9 damage currently, do you have enough low blocks going into the rest of the moves that Austin can play?
Yeah, on the attack side, I think that we are at 3 violent animus shot and 4 repeated smashes.
7.
So 7 of the attacks have low blocks, and the rest of the deck, I mean, Void is not shy on low blocks. We've got Mikasa defeats the VML Titan. We've got Battle for Dominance with a 2 low, and we've got the Now I'm Gaming, which was one of my favorite guys.
I like that one.
I love Now I'm Gaming.
Also the incubating, right? I think that's the hard part, though, is that we talk about all these good cards that Void or this Rodan deck has access to.
You want them
play.
on the board.
You want them on the board pretty bad, as we are already seeing, 1 Battle for Dominance in the stage. But we have one to block with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing is, though, every card has a block modifier in this game. Almost every card has a block modifier in this game. And so going into this matchup what the zones of your opponent's attacks are if you're paying attention, right? So we probably held a bunch of those low blocks.
I sure hope so, right?
Yeah.
Even though we did build one, right? That battle.
Yeah, and discarded the violent animus shot.
And then we have a follow-up here with that piercing thorn lance being able to, yes, although it was blocked, but here is a second low attack now here and gets the momentum, which means we can get the check grease. And, of course, with this military airship still at the disposal, if there is another low attack played after this, as we are giving +2 to our check here from the Godzilla enhance with the momentum we generated, we could pick the piercing thorn lance back up and do the same play pattern.
Oh, that's kind of mean. I mean, we only have 1 foundation up, though, right? Even with the check bonus, right? We started this turn by chucking a 6 diff into the card pool and checking a 3 on it, right? So it's not free. We could check a couple of 3s here, but yeah, I think you're right. That's gonna be the play line at least. Wowzers!
Second smashing stomp. Of course, that piercing thorn lance was half blocked with a rejuvenating smash. So the gain 2, draw 2, going in effect first, and then we take half, going down to the 17. But yep, this is exactly what's happening. There's a military airship to pick up the piercing thorn lance, and of course, if this low attack also connects, we will draw more card.
Yeah, it's a kind of disgusting. Barrier shield, baby.
Yeah, for the enhance, of course, because we can't block with that one.
Yeah, that one's not blocking high.
Set the speed to 0, and the next card we play will have Breaker 2. This is now where I do feel you. Even if we do had another +2 to our check to play a card, we'll just have the 1 from the Smashing Stomp. This Breaker 2 here, even though it's on a half block,
it's a half block, yeah,
is still going to make probably the rest of this turn slow down significantly, and I can assume Austin probably just has to build.
Yeah, I mean, because we didn't get to add the Godzilla check bonus, here it means that the piercing thorn lance is going to functionally be on an 8 with +1.
Yeah.
So you'd have to check remarkably well.
7, I guess, right?
You could tap, or you could commit Godzilla and your Foundation if you check a 5, but I just don't know if it's worth it.
We do also play a lot of 6 checks. Godzilla players love 6 checks.
True. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you just Yahtzee it,
We're thinking about it.
yeah, I mean, because the one thing I will say that this deck isn't running is Walk the Dog.
Yeah, it's not on Earth.
It's an Earth deck for piercing Thornlands. Okay, I just assume Chaos.
We always do.
Yeah, we always do.
We do always
Hey,
do
the
that.
Earth is even up there in the corner. Sorry, Austin.
No, it's good. Oh, we weaved the Foundation in. That is another option that we were able to do. We did do it, and then checked a 5 on the Piercing Thornlands,
Wowzers.
which still gets us the same kind of end result. Snapping in the momentum, still comes in with the +3. We still have Godzilla ready. If there is another attack after this, it is 100% passable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly we could see Ghidorah die here, right?
Yeah.
We have 2 cards in hand, but how many of these can we viably block right now? This one's 4 speed with 3 cards in card pool. It's functionally 7 speed. We're going to start removing cards with incubating. Oh, just taking it.
Wow, down to 4. One more. We didn't use a momentum. It is kind of telling when the Godzilla player doesn't spend the momentum. So maybe that was for sure showing the last one. As we pass turn, getting the extra momentum and the 1 Foundation we built to weave in through the breaker, passing back to Cohen, and this is the turn to stabilize.
Yeah, you must stabilize. That's you don't go for the throw, right? I mean, maybe, I don't know. Certainly, I've seen a Rodan do 29 damage on 5 Foundations.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible, right? Especially with a supersonic flight in the discard pile. But I don't know if I would go for something like that. Rodan should be ready. I like that every Rodan has Rodan sleeves. What was that?
Well, I think he actually was given these. I don't know if that's true, but I think even at some point someone gave him or loaned him an alternate art Rodan. Obviously not for this match, but I think someone's like, hey, man, you want to play with my pristine 10 alternate art Rodan that we can see going around here? So it is very much, yes, the Rodan sleeves are very nice, but, we got to protect them a little bit because they have that glossy foil finish.
Yeah, shuffling them can be a little funky. Yeah. I prefer to put the oversleeve on sleeves like that.
This is a good one, I think, to help stabilize, right?
Yeah.
So we talked World's Weakest Hunter being, yes, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it is a utility draw-based attack to give us 3 more cards in our hand.
It's a huge swing in terms of resources.
Yes.
If not for, game state, it's not going to be bringing your opponent to I don't think I've ever seen one of these for lethal, but just drawing as many cards as it can means that you get closer to that point where you can stabilize, right? And with the foundations we have on our board, I think it's certainly possible that we could get, there. Oh, boy, we said 3 cards was not enough. I would like to draw 2 more and gain 2 life. With our
This is another good way to help kind of get more cards in your hand to help find and figure out what we're going to do to navigate. But like you said, we are also very quickly, but also maybe a little slowly, figuring out how to deal 26 more damage. This will get 6 of it done, of course.
Yeah.
We have to deal with 20 more. We don't have 2 momentum, or else I would just say, oh, that's 2 Ice Sword executions. But we have to work a little bit harder for other moves in this Void list. As we've kind of I've been talking a lot with people throughout the event of what's Void's biggest weakness? Why are we seeing people maybe gravitate towards some of these Void characters that are like Ryu? And the answer is well, they do the thing that Void doesn't. They put damage on moves. They can help close out these games. But the sacrifice then is exactly what we're seeing for the kind of strengths of this deck like Rodan. Impeccable defense. You do lose those things, but you still play, strong UniVersus.
Well, that's interesting because I've been seeing, Rodan on all. I saw Rodan on air. He's been played on all of his symbols, right? And so it's interesting to see them come back here because of some of the options that were supplied to them from the newer sets, right? I haven't really seen Rodan since Atlanta, since Phil Birch won that event, and that one was on the Void symbol. Yeah. And so I can only assume it's gotten better since then. And especially since there's been the removal of some of the juicier cards in the format, right? Unyielding was a card that did bring Rodan down back to earth, right? A lot of times they would build 5, pass. And if you could get them back, and maybe even build past them, right?
Yeah.
It was definitely something that was stemming his ability to scale. So I think he's only gotten stronger. And so I'm actually surprised that there aren't more at the top tables, because I think tomorrow we'll have a lot of them.
I would not be surprised if there was still a top 3 representation of Rodan like we have in this day one. Right?
Top players tend to favor, being able to control against it. I think there's going to be a lot more of your peaks, right? I've been talking to people about that, but a lot more death
and valleys. Oh, you mean the characters?
You're funny.
Yes, of course. You're talking about peak finger.
2 City Rampage.
Wow, my mom only lets me have 1.
My mom doesn't let me have any.
Well, that's because you call them citywide rampages. So.
Yeah, well.
Not kidding. On a 6, 7, 8.
Plus 4.
Nice. Checks a 9. Hey, another city rampage.
Yeah, well, at least we know he didn't have 3.
That's true. Comes in with the +2, +5 with all of these floating stats from the city rampages and also Godzilla.
Oh my
and
gosh.
again, this is the scariest move for Rodans to deal with. Because, yes, you can give enough minus speed to knock off this +2 over the top, but it will never go below the 6.
Yeah, and no cape of no return to get it off the board this time, so you're going to have to block it. And we're at 6, so you're going to have to block it.
And you can't half block it. You have to not half.
If the oven hot, why of in the hot of?
No, of out. We want out of in because this attack is too hot for us to handle.
Imagine do we have power tokens for this one, though. EX6. Oh, boy.
Going for the...
Yeah, so barrier shield.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Bringing
it back to 6 speed because we EX'd twice for 6 speed on this
Which
guy.
was a smart call.
Yeah, I think so, too.
If that barrier shield didn't exist in Cohen's hand, it was just over, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Or at least the follow-ups would have. But the follow-ups still could kill here, right? Because depending on what we check on this block.
And how much we have to commit.
Yeah, it could be a bad deal. We flipped over the airship here.
Yes. Was it ready?
I think should be committed.
I think so, right? It was already still frozen, right?
Yeah, it was.
Ooh, the 1 mid block's nice.
It should have been committed. But we had him on mid. That's nice.
That is nice. So on at 7, we checked a 3, so we're tapping 4 of our resources, which is, again, the scary situation we just talked about for Cohen to be maybe not surviving this turn because it's whatever follow-ups. But I think the big thing I like when I see Double City Rampage is that's 2 less attacks that the Godzilla could have. But, oh, my goodness, this is the Mega Burst? The Heat Ray, I'm sorry.
Heat Ray.
Another low attack and another insanely fast one at that as it is a 7 speed low base. Comes in with the extra 2/5.
So I think this one was on a 6, 7, 8, 9 with functionally +2, right? Because we had 2 City Rampages and Breaker 2?
Yeah.
So we checked the 5.
6, 7. So we have tap 2.
Okay, yeah. We got there.
So again, another incredibly fast move. We have a battle for dominance, which will help Cohen out a little bit of clearing that card out of the card pool. We're even looking. We don't even have another low block. That's the big problem. We wanted to put the supersonic flight on top.
To be able to draw more cards.
And -4 is huge for us right now. So either great play or desperation, I'm unsure.
We're going to find out.
But I think we did actually end up drawing and incubating from that Botans. So we have an answer, and everything is coming up a little bit better.
Yeah, really interesting. Favoring getting the Botans coaching ready instead of incubating that's on the board.
Yeah,
for me.
Another low block we just drew, and it looks like we're going to be blocking with that one. The battle for dominance.
We take those.
Yeah. So on a 5, 6, 7, 4. Or I did my math wrong.
No,
that was it. It was too much. We checked a 4. We actually needed a 5 there to live, and we failed it. So game 1, going to Austin on Earth Godzilla, taking down Cohen on Void Rodan.
Yeah, you love to see Heat Ray kill a man.
That's what it's for. Look at it. Look at this nice little laser beam right here.
I mean, I liked giving it throw and Annie.
That's true.
To get my
the flip,
target flip to.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but it was funny.
We actually, I think Austin missed the trigger there after it connected and dealt damage. We didn't select.
Yeah, what a loser.
No, so that's not true. He's not. No, absolutely not. Yes, because the game was over. Actually,
it turns out your opponent dying is a state-based condition.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
true.
so he died before we got to activate the ability, and it fizzled.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So so no missed triggers here. Game 1, pretty. And I was in the same boat as you, though, Bromley. We drew a bunch of cards as Cohen leading into that last defensive turn. It seemed like we found all the right pieces at the right time. But, one bad check on that incredibly fast, determined advance. We had to fight through it still. We even had the barrier shield for it. Fights through the breaker too, obviously. And even still, we ended up falling with what seemed like enough juice to survive, but realistically, it wasn't.
But in our sideboards, okay, we have some pretty juicy, some spicy meatballs, okay?
What set has meatballs?
Does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles not have a meatball pizza?
No.
Okay, well, we have another Genkai's Guidance. We have a Dimensional Sphere. And a Scales of Juno.
This is a good one right now, for sure. If you are able to play these symbols, being able to stop anything that causes a card to leave the card pool is very powerful. And this specific iteration of Godzilla is doing what, Bromley?
He's making things leave the card pool.
That's right, to the momentum.
To momentum.
And it's just a flip response.
Yeah. This card for sure makes it's got a 3 low block.
It's got a low block.
Oh!
It's almost like a perfect recipe to add into our cookbook of deck here.
Yeah.
And maybe take out some of these high blocks that aren't just going to aren't doing a whole lot for us, right?
And most crucially, Barrett, this card has flavor text.
Oh, it does. You won't get away.
I didn't like the way you said that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're going to have to run that back. This time, do it happier and with your mouth open.
My mouth was open. I have to. Or you mean like just open the whole time?
Do it happier and with your mouth open.
You won't get away.
Oh, that's perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
On Austin's side, though, we have Analytical Observation.
Oh, I like this one too.
This one is really choice in this specific matchup.
Yes. It stops. You ready? We just talked about Dimensional Sphere. That could also come in the side port here. But all those Breaker 2 blocks that come through because of the barrier shields get stopped. Or trying to block with a Rejuvenating Smash as your second card. This card stops all of the... Wait, no. Rejuvenating Smash does not work. I'm sorry. That's on play.
That's on play. Okay,
my bad. I corrected myself. But it does stop Breakers,
It does stop Breakers.
And other block tricks occurring on the card.
Yeah. And one singular copy of Guardian Angel of Chinatown.
Are we doing a lot of DR?
No. But I just wanted to point it out.
I like this card. It's cute.
I like the card, too. And by like it, I mean it ruined all my dreams of playing a damage reduction character like Reiner. And by ruined, I mean nobody plays water, so it didn't do anything actually after
People
all.
are still playing damage reduction.
Yeah, they certainly are. Yeah. Yep, they sure do be. But yeah, we're going to get right into it. Cohen, this time, going to be going first. Unfortunately,
we went first, game win, actually.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rodan is a... I would like the game to go to 45 minutes and then win one game and then play defense for the second game.
Not the story.
It's not a fast character. And doing 34, also not easy. So we got to play fast, we got to play not loose, and we got to play well. So
we have to play fast, stiff, and well.
Yeah.
I know that person.
Will Howard?
No, Tam Fastifwell. Sorry, that was a bad Tam.
You can't
Cardwell
see
joke.
me, but I'm
That was a bad.
so
I'm
disappointed.
sorry. All right. Okay. Solid build turn here, though.
Build 5?
Build 5, one of which being that supersonic flight, and I think also that, the Aaron sidestep in conjunction with the hacker. There's that not now I'm gaming in here. So great defensive pieces to start things off, and it can only probably go up. I'm already loving this as well. One of the benefits of playing Godzilla on Earth,
Web of Blades.
Web of Blades against a character like Rodan, who is essentially never going to let any of your attacks be their printed speed going into the block step.
Yeah.
This is a way to get 2 of it back, basically helping counteract the character and get a little bit more edge. I think when I see these 2 stages, yes, it's only 3 foundations versus the 5. Austin has a card in his stage that I feel like has to be answered by Cohen, or there is just a world where if we take too long, like you said, we have to play well, we have to play fast, and we have to play stiff, that we have to find an answer to this card, or the game might take too long, and their stats on the Godzilla deck are going to be too powerful and overrun you quicker.
Yeah, I would be looking to poke to get a momentum.
Yep.
To be able to activate an Ice Sword execution next turn. And this is a great opener. It's going to give us cards if it hits, right? And also momentum if it hits.
Yep.
Right? And those are the 2 pieces of the puzzle that we really, really, really need here, where we need, not next turn, right? Because it's going to be difficult for Godzilla to, we saw him do it on 3 foundations last turn, but it's going to be hard for him to get a crazy line on just 3 foundations, right? And no momentum to start with. So I would feel fairly safe on 5 foundations to send this, 8 high for 3,
Mid.
8 speed for 3.
There you go.
World's weakest hunter.
I think the biggest downside to it, though, is that this is a card that needs you to hit that 3 removed from game cards to get to the draw.
Sure.
And we only have the 1.
Sure. I mean, we're still going to be drawing. Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is a little.
I guess I'll eat my words here.
All right. Okay. All right. We're all drawing 3.
Eventually.
I saw it coming.
This is like a weird roundabout way of doing future charge. What did you say? Sorry, was that a bad callback?
No, that was a good one. I played that earlier today, actually.
Oh, nice. I'm proud.
I played it in my Takeda deck.
We had 2 of those connecting, getting a little bit of chip damage in, bringing things down to that 28, and drawing a total of 3 cards across both of them after they connect. And now it is all about the stage. How big can we stabilize? What can we get? Things like Team Hero are going to help us find even more pieces from our discard pile on whatever we're looking for. And then, of course, a little bit of draw. Moment of normalcy to answer the one on Austin's side. And I think, at least in this current situation, this game is going really well for Cohen, aside from that check we just had. But only staring at 3 foundations on Austin's side. No way of momentum generation on the board.
I mean, so the thing is Austin's deck, because we're on the Earth symbol, doesn't have a lot of, like, creative snipe, right? There's no vast hybrid Chimera Kraken, right? There's no walk the dog. It's just, like, good old-fashioned punch through.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Sorry, what were you going to say?
Heat Ray.
Yeah, Heat Ray could.
And then we talk about the stun from the Earthbreaker.
Yes.
That is, like, pinpointy.
Yeah, but those are very, like I'm just going to keep punching until something gets through. And so having something like Aaron's sidestep and moment of normalcy on board is going to be, so there we go. If we don't have the hand, it's not even worth punching into this board. And so that's going to be a big, big, big blessing for Cohen. It's going to give him I think the Ice Sword execution is going to come through. And that's going to be, I think that will be the death knell for this specific game.
It helps get the 10 damage through. I think we have to be a little worried, right, as you stare across that moment of normalcy. But if that's the one you tap down, that feels really good. You can then freeze it as well with this momentum. I agree with you. I think that will be a key piece here on closing it out, specifically in this turn.
Yeah. If you want to do it this turn,
Yeah, because my fear, as I was going to hit you with, is if that isn't the result of this turn here.
Yeah, we could just go too late.
I would actually be afraid of a Godzilla reset.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah, and then you are almost definitely not getting a game 3 to finish.
Well, I think there's actually a world where Austin could maybe turn it around because the reset with the short-lived promotion, having actually built 3 foundations instead of the 2, could be enough to where, as we saw in game 1, 3 foundations just being enough after you reset Rodan. And I can only assume after building out all those foundations from Cohen, we'll probably have attacks, not foundations in our hand.
Right. Well, there you go. Seeing moment of normalcy committed. Going to remove the Team Hero 15.
Grab any foundation of difficulty 4 or less from our discard pile and build it. So it looks like we're picking the Science Bros.
We're going for the kill.
Yeah, this is the turn that we are looking for. So every single time now that we remove a card, we're going to get a bonus 1/1, and we are allowed to turn it sideways at any point to get another draw if we so wish. Now, no incubating on our stages here for Cohen, so it's not like the free damage you could be getting, but it says on every Rodan enhance, we're doing our mini little City Rampage impersonation of the extra 1/1 on top of the speed.
Yeah, that really signals hitting the moment of rest and then grabbing Science Bro, even without incubating like you were saying.
Actually, hold on. I think Team Hero says non-unique. Sorry. I'm going back before I even go too far down this.
Nope,
never mind.
Just
Card's
build
great.
one foundation. Yeah, Card's
great. Never mind. I forgot.
It's okay. Those are things.
Wow, what if it did, right?
Those are things to keep in mind for sure.
But there it is. We're going to freeze down that moment of normalcy like we talked about.
Yeah.
And this is incredibly fast, but a nice 1 block. It is a partial, though.
You'd love to see Determined Advance specifically gone.
Yeah.
If you're playing Rodan. Because this is realistically the only card that really scares a Rodan player, I think. Any other move can be blocked comfortably. But it dealing damage, right? Even though it wasn't a full hit, right? You get everything you want out of it.
Yeah, it takes a 6. Get a big attack out of the hand.
Comes rejuvenating.
On a 6,
Fortunately,
checks
checking a 3. Wow. Wow. If we're going to kill, why not keep Supersonic Flight up?
It is an extra 2-3, and then that +4 on top,
Yeah.
it feels really nice. But, I mean, I think the real answer that Cohen probably sees is that we just don't need it. I think, you know, this card here, it has EX if we want it to land. We also have the ability of, like, if there's another card in our hand that has, like, the 100% repeated, we could use it as a powerful. So I think, to me, yes, but I think there's a world that Cohen is afraid that if we miss here, these defensive pieces that we're choosing to keep ready over the Supersonic Flight are maybe just a little smarter. But again, I'm not there in the game with him.
Yeah, we're not living the life.
Because, yeah, if I would also maybe even consider keeping up the moment of normalcy. If there's like a crazy hand trap I can't think of that, you know, brings the speed or the damage down and you want to reset it back.
I guess I could see a situation where, you know, Godzilla has no momentum, right? So you're static, right, minus speeds, and also forcing Godzilla to make a recheck after giving a bonus to something with Not Now I'm Gaming could be really, really, really key. So yeah, I could see that. I could see that mattering.
So here's the scary part to me.
Yeah.
So that's why we figured it out.
Yeah.
We didn't have any more gas.
Yeah. Okay.
And we built or attempted to build 3 more foundations from our hand.
Yeah.
This is the best point, I think, this game that we will see Austin press the destroy everything on the board.
Yeah.
With this short-lived promotion becoming essentially a 7-hander so that we can build 3 foundations to Cohen's 0 after the board wipe. Because you built so many foundations right there, you showed, like, hey, what else do you have? The question then becomes, can Cohen draw enough foundations after a board wipe to restabilize?
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. And it also means that the game will go longer, right?
Correct.
Making a game, you know, a one and done more or a tie, right? More likely.
Yeah, with 30 minutes left and essentially the game being reset. The biggest difference here is, of course, Godzilla, or Austin here, only 15 life. Full life here for Cohen to kind of maybe use some of that to stabilize, and 3 momentum. So there is also a world where Cohen now has the ability to close the game out on less foundations as well.
Yeah.
But it's all about stabilizing after this build 3 that we saw come through from Austin. And here it is. Yeah, how many foundations did Cohen draw? This is the biggest and hardest part.
Supersonic Flight.
Double 3 diff is rough, especially when you check a 3 on one of them. Only telling what else we have in our hand. No 2 diffs. 1 diff. Incubating is good. Ironclad on a 4. Fails that one. So a build 3 rebuttal. And if any of these decks are way worse at playing on 3 foundations, it is Cohen's.
Yeah. And our character's committed, right? Something like an Earthbreaker would be earth-shattering.
Nope, City Rampage is it. Checks a 3, though. That could be some saving grace for Cohen here, as he kind of is even posturing that. He goes, oh, that helps me a lot.
Why are those in the discard pile?
That was just an accident.
Okay.
City Rampage. So we're on that. Cohen says, yeah, man, all yours, all good. The first attack on a 6-7. Checks a 7. And this is the scary one to start things off. And it gets some momentum. And we already have +2 to our check here.
Well, but this means that we're not going for Piercing Vine Lance's line.
That is true.
I honestly almost want Cohen to take this.
+4 to our check. I think of like a Heat Ray coming next, then something high difficulty. Another Determined Advance could also be the answer. Inspiring Song also coming through here with the Mill 3. Looks like we're going to minus the check over on Cohen's side. Goes for a block.
Card.
Oh, yeah, that's the Incubating. You're right. Removing the Supersonic Flight for a draw and -1 speed. Again, this one is still nigh impossible to block, right? It's going to knock 10 life off of
Yeah,
Cohen.
I mean, you could attempt it with a 1-speed move, but yeah, I think you just got to take it.
Goes to 11. Another big move coming. Another Determined Advance on a 6-7-8.
Wow, man.
Checking a 7. Taps the last remaining foundation here and getting another momentum. Again, 1 off lethal. So we need to give another plus to our check. +4.
We're gonna play another move.
What could it be? Is it enough?
Is there anything in the deck that can kill from full if this one gets blocked? Because it's still possible for Cohen to block this.
How big does Heat Ray get? It gets damage, doesn't it? Based
oh,
off
man. Attempting a block. Wow. Gonna go to 1.
So now anything can end the game. +4 to our check. Earthbreaker, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Boy.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Comes in with the 1-4. with a stun 2 on top of this.
But Barrett, if it hits, he'll be able to destroy one of those foundations.
I already made the joke. Okay.
I was calling back.
I know.
I like that we faked the block, right, with the cape, so we could give -3 speed to the next move.
Yeah, and it eats up the minus check we had from that inspiring song. So if there's a way to live, it is right here and doing that kind of jump block. We need a low. We have it.
Yeah, that's it.
We check.
Now, Mom, I'm gaming.
A full block, +2 to the check still for Austin at 5 diff is possible. No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, you'd have to check a 6 on it, but instead there is the analytical observation.
Yeah, okay, and this is that card we talked about coming from the sideboard.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to matter in this specific case, right? The analytical observation. Cohen has to kill.
Yeah, 3 foundations, and it's going to be very difficult. But this is where we were talking about the 3 momentum here is the key to do so.
Yeah.
It has to be something like an Ice Sword execution. It has to be something maybe like a
True
100% repeated for powerful or EX. There it is, the Ice Sword execution. This is Cohen's way to win this game, to take us to a game 3.
Yes, I will name that card that you built, the only one that's ready.
We'll be able to freeze one of these. Man, there's a Godzilla Foundation over there, and I don't remember the name of it.
No Science Bros, but we got a bunch of speed off of the Supersonic Flight and a draw. We could kill the Supersonic Flight on our board, and...
Well, we pressed 1 already. We have a second one.
Oh, right, because we built 2 on turn 1.
Yeah, so it'd be +6 damage from those.
Or is it 3-2? It's 3-2. It's 3-2.
Yes, yeah. 3. Wait.
Is it 2-3 or 3-2?
2-3? I thought it was 2-3.
Let's go find out, my brother.
Is it 3-2?
Supersonic Flight is 2-3. Okay, yeah, it will be lethal, right?
Yeah, right. So 6 plus the 5 from the other effect for the momentum.
Yeah,
plus the 5 base,
just,
16 damage.
Yeah, I think that would be all she wrote. Just hit the button.
There it
is. Hit the button, my brother.
Puts it there. Shows our hand. Austin does some math.
Yeah, I can't make that one.
Can't make it. Game 3, Cohen barely squeaking it out. Living at 1.
Game 2.
Game 2.
Yeah.
Going to Game 3. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, we are going to a Game 3, though.
With 25 minutes to go. I think that is enough, though, for either of these players.
Yes, yeah. This game could certainly end, especially since we would have overtime past that. It certainly could end. So we could have a lot of games going the distance today. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it, too.
Yeah. I had a long travel day yesterday, so sorry.
No, I get it. I feel you.
Oh, boy.
Well, and I think this is the hardest. If you're a Cohen fan out there, all you European viewers, this is a hard one because we're going second.
Yeah.
Against this highly aggressive Godzilla deck. And then again, if Austin is in another advantageous position of doing a board reset, could be in a similar situation twice.
Yeah.
And it's just very hard for a character like Rodan to do. Again, not impossible.
Yeah, to go second twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great.
It's going to be hard. But for everyone at home, get in chat. Tell us who you think is going to take it down. Both of these players, X and 1, in our penultimate round of Day 1 at Worlds 2025. I mean, the winner of this, Bromley, full transparency, the winner of this is probably locking their Day 2.
Yeah, I think so.
Draw the last one, X1-1.
Depending on who they pair into,
for sure,
right?
for sure.
Yeah, it could be a lock.
But yeah, they could go against somebody that
needs a
has
win.
to play, right? Yeah, 100%. That's why I won't guarantee anything. But we are witnessing potentially a name that we will be talking about tomorrow as well.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking about these names for the whole year, of course. This is the tournament to be at.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was this like some kind of world championship?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
We did get the years wrong, though. We are in 2026.
It does say 2025.
Well, that's the year we're wrapping up.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? Bromley, can you tell me? I have a fun fact for you.
Yeah.
There has not been another year in UniVersus / UFS history where there were 2 world championships in the same year.
Why would I don't. They were always in the same month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this year,
yeah, it's going to be in November, right?
Yeah. But we're also doing one right now.
Yeah, we sure
in February.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that a fun?
It's a short season.
That's a fun little
sure.
stat for you, right?
Well, so it means that next year's will be further away, I guess. It will be a full year after that one, I guess.
Assuming, the timeline, yeah.
Unless they keep moving it closer, right?
Oh,
You know, they're like, actually, it's in July.
Oh,
The next year
gotcha.
it's in February again.
Because we held Worlds in November, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
We used December, January, February to use for the next year's commit. Yeah.
Right.
Then we move it up. No, I don't know about that. But we after this event, all of the 2026 competitive year will take place in the year 2026.
Crazy. Nuts. We do have 2 copies of Analytical Observation on the board.
Build 5 as well, going first.
Yeah, you love to see that
Yes.
as Godzilla, not as Cohen playing Rodan.
Trying to match it on our own, though. Build 4, build 5.
5, perhaps?
We got a game. We got a game.
Holding 2, holding 3? Build 5 means we're holding
Godzilla
3.
reset right here.
Godzilla
There are
reset.
10 foundations on the
Yeah,
board.
you could do it. I wouldn't recommend it unless, you were a crazy person, but it's a possibility.
Challenge Cohen that he will only draw orange next turn. Challenge.
Don't do that.
I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Don't put that.
Double build.
Whoa. Actually,
I like double building as Godzilla.
I like that too, especially with the foundations we have on board.
Yep.
Right? These are like the impactful foundations that Godzilla has. This means that next turn, Godzilla's going to have, if we draw like a nut hand, right? We'll have a momentum. We'll have 2 draws.
Yep.
We'll have 2 ways to interact with block tricks,
A cycle draw
a cycle draw, a reset,
and a cycle draw.
and yeah, exactly.
That's a lot of draw.
Yep. So yeah.
What did we just use? What was that?
No idea.
Whoa. I looked away for one moment. The
Well,
classic foundation into rejuvenating smash and checking a 3 could be very bad here for Cohen. Mainly because this is just the scariest thing to do with this card, right?
Yep.
Yes, you want to draw 2. Yes, you want to figure out what's going on with the turn, but you're playing an attack into a double-built Godzilla, and for you to draw the cards that you want to hopefully stabilize, you now have to commit 3 pieces on your board.
Yeah, not ideal. Not what you want to see, but it's a part of the game, man.
It is.
Yeah, sometimes you check a 3.
Checks are made in our game,
Checks are made.
and checks are given.
Checks are given, and sometimes they're taken, too. What?
Are they?
Don't look at me with that tone of voice. They took that one from us.
It does connect, of course. Getting another attack in the remove from game pile. 6 damage on the board. And again, the stabilization here afterwards does feel very good. So I
Yeah.
do think it was worth it. But there is just now this scary territory of we had to commit some pieces. We have 7 foundations to play with for defense, as well as our character who's playable while committed.
Yeah, I think if we didn't draw the big ones, we're gonna nuke the board. Right? You need like a very scary hand to deal with this sort of board.
Well, we could have sculpted. We didn't do any blocking. Determined
Okay, well,
advance.
that's a good one.
Checks its own. Sam Tate once told me that when you play a card and check another copy of it, that is the epitome of UniVersus.
That is the epitome of UniVersus?
I'm paraphrasing. That's probably not about at all what he said.
Well, yeah, I think that's not the... I don't think
Sorry.
that's the pinnacle of UFS.
The situation was we played a block that the block card had a value of a checking a 6, and we checked a 6 on the card to block
and
with
that
it.
was the
And it
pinnacle
was
of you.
I guess.
No.
To live. To live. Exactsies. Okay, it is what it is. Anyway, determined advance. It has been sealed with the Nonagon coming through, which means we can reduce its
reduce the speed.
One of the best answers you can have here for Cohen on sealing the attack with our nice 1 mid block with the Aaron sidestep, getting a nice redraw as well. But it costs us a card in our stage, of course, but it is going to make us feel a little better. Black
Here's
Abyss.
one we haven't seen yet. It's Black Abyss. One of the best ones to shove into your momentum.
Yeah.
With piercing vine lances. But only 1 momentum to play with here, right?
Yep, the one we got from the Finally Free. But we did draw a bunch of cards, so there's really a lot that can go on here for Austin. And we are going to go ahead and spend a momentum to give us +2 to our next check. And then we even reset
Moment
the
of
speed
normalcy.
here with that moment of normalcy aggressively. And so now Cohen has to kind of play with some more pieces. Battle for dominance, removing that block out of the card pool, getting even more minus speed from the incubating. So -1 more.
Yeah,
Four
so -1 speed from incubating. We do have an Aaron sidestep available, but I think we're just going to go for
Nice. There's
Violent
that violent
animus
animus shot.
Yeah, checks a 4. Not the end of the world. We will need. Oh, it's flipped over. Okay, we didn't want
No breaker.
the breaker on block.
So yeah, a good use there of that analytical observation we've been talking about. And you're still having that bonus one for if like a barrier shield block comes through, like we've talked about. But what is going to be coming next from Austin? We did use that momentum there, but it looks like we're just going to send some foundations.
Yeah, that was a moment. I mean, I guess the thing is that I will assume that Cohen is going to start slinging attacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And that puts you into a little bit of a dangerous state, right? If you do nuke the board, right, and Cohen just, sticks the landing on a big move, you could just die after building your whole hand out.
Yeah, I mean, plays a 100% repeated, checks a supersonic flight, which is going to give us the plus 4 speed and draws us a card.
Yeah.
And by the way, there's another supersonic
right
flight below
behind
it. Not that we'll probably hit that one, but
well, you could incubating whatever you check on the next one.
Correct.
Unless you wanted to draw right now.
Yeah, so a lot. And there it is.
And,
on the remove, going to even draw a bonus card here.
Wow. At least said I would like to hurt you now. This is my opportunity to do so.
Or even just extra stabilization, because the more cards that Cohen can hold on to, even and then the ready coming in, I love this play. I did the same play in a pony deck just because, like, there are just incrementally enough cards in the game that say, hey, ready a foundation that hasn't been ready this turn. And doing the same play of, like, get the proc off of the Science Bros, get the draw bonus with it, and then ready it up, and then just not press that second button
Yeah,
again.
I was in the headspace that this was a rejuvenating smash.
I
was like, how did this get readied? What a crazy thing that just happened. It's because it's a totally different card called True 100%.
100% repeated smash.
Truly repeated $100 smash?
Only 100%.
Okay. All right.
Soon to be leaving the standard format.
Yeah, gone, but also forgotten.
I'll never forget.
Okay, I will assume this will not get blocked. We'll go to 21.
Yep, that sounds right. 21 all, as they say in tennis.
21 all. They say that in Texas?
Tennis.
Oh, I was like, they play a lot of tennis in Texas?
I think they play tennis everywhere.
Somebody probably does. Okay, well, there's the card I thought it was. Okay, so, don't make fun of me.
No, this one gets played second. Always.
Draw 2.
Gain 2.
Yeah, so I think, are we, okay, yeah, we use the incubating. We're going to draw.
Just how you drew it up.
Just how I drew it up. Exactly the way I wanted it.
Yeah, and remember, because the Science Bro on the board, that incubating is just free.
Yes.
For extra damage.
Yeah. Cohen's got some heads-up play, man.
EX for
We're
plus
doing
3.
Some cool stuff. How are we going to discard things? No idea.
We don't. 12 mid for 8.
Oh, it was actually 20 because of the Science Bros response. So this one's taking us to 12.
Yep.
12, not 11. Not 13 either. It's 12. Are we going to go for the kill?
I mean, we're getting very close, right? With 13 roughly and a half minutes left. Cohen's stage is very healthy here.
I think you don't have to, man. I understand the board could blow up, right?
Yeah.
If you have the kill, if it's like super guaranteed, it can't rely on momentum.
He agrees.
Yeah.
I would have gone for it. But I don't know what's in the hand.
Yeah, you don't know what's in the hand. You also don't know what you're going to be checking, right? If it goes incredibly poorly from there, right?
Yeah.
Because the kill cards, Trigrab's beams. If it was double Trigrab beam, yeah, man, I'm in. But it appears to not have been.
Because even while you're going for that line, you're disrupting your opponent's sculpt, right?
Yes.
That feels a little safer.
Feels magnifique.
Primo.
I agree. But from here, it means that I think that Austin has to be quite careful with his Duke. If he does the nuke and Cohen decides to just go for it, he could die.
It could be it.
And if he doesn't nuke, I think he's just dead anyway.
And we have 2 momentum, again, that kind of similar state of game 1, but now we have 21 life to play with instead of the 1 that we were sitting on in the same situation.
Yeah.
But you've also knocked Austin down to 12. I think everything is kind of going up Cohen, at least in this game. I think this turn is the biggest decision for Austin to make of whether or not we go for it.
He's going for it.
And it is the discard 4.
Oh, we're discarding.
Discard 4, blow up the board. And then now we've got a new game. Game 5, as they were saying. Because we've nuked twice, somewhere in game 3.
Oh, I
reset.
understood. Yeah, I got you. Only building 2, though.
Building
1.
But we pitched a
Whoa.
foundation.
What could we be holding?
City Rampage is
Show
that
it to me,
important?
Austin.
Is it City Rampage?
Could be, I guess.
Just that's how important that card is to get this attempted new turn 2 on Cohen. On a 3, on a 3, on a 3, on a 4.
4.
Checks a 3.
Must. Okay.
Passes 3 foundations.
I did see a barrier shield,
That's pretty big.
I think. And there was. I think he could have killed him. I think he. Honestly.
Like going for it.
I think he should have. Because. Oh, no, we kept 1 card. Never mind. Should not have gone for it. Sorry. With 1 card in hand, I would not have gone for it. Because there's a chance that opponent could have blocked it. But. Oh, wow.
Now we're building. What is that last card?
It must be a City Rampage.
It has to be, right?
I think it has to be.
Whatever it is some key to success for Austin to win here.
But with a supersonic flight and a copy of a Team Hero 15, right? We could give a move +4/+6, right? Since it's not a first enhance on supersonic flight.
This is kind of where I'm seeing it right now, Bromley.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a 5 base damage move.
Yeah.
We have
4 high 6. 4 high 6.
4 high 6. Sorry, 6 base damage move. Even better because it's exact math.
That's exact math. Yeah.
Because our supersonic flight gives the +2/+3.
Yep.
This card has powerful and EX on it. That means we only have to use 1 momentum for powerful, and then we have a bonus 1 on top for EX. You can't even use something. Hold on. Yeah, if this attack's damage is 10 or more, checks cannot be modified for the rest of the turn. That means that Incredible Display that was also built can't even be used defensively to block this.
Inspiring Song.
Inspiring Song.
Yes,
what did I
yes.
say?
You said Incredible Display.
Oh.
It started with an IN. Yeah, I mean, so if he uses it, it doesn't matter, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because we can change the rule.
Yeah, and we're pressing all the buttons. We get 1 damage from the team asset.
Yep.
Gonna remove this, build back in the supersonic flight. Gonna get 2. Okay, yeah, we're looking at the card. Okay, yeah. We're gonna get +2/+3 again, making it lethal, making it fast. Gonna get 4 more speed off of Rodan and draw.
Double EX.
Yeah, and then double. Yeah. I think it's all she wrote here.
Plus the 4. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
This was an avenue because of
Yeah.
how much damage Cohen did earlier on. As we're showing it, Austin sees the writing on the wall. That is game and the match. Cohen taking it down with 9.5 minutes to spare. Basically all but guaranteeing, again, all but locking in his day 2 for Worlds.
Nice job, Cohen.
That was great.
Yeah, British
Losing
invasion
game 1.
going along swimmingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And losing game 1 for the reverse sweep, coming all the way from Europe, of course, representing. And he's doing a fantastic job.
King Charles would be proud, kiddo. He'd be proud. Of all the power tokens I have.
And just like the power that Cohen represented there on stream, we've got a little bit of a schedule for you all to do before we jump into our last round that will be coming up as I help us get it ready to go. So, of course, we've got players to watch going in after the conclusion of this round. And as you can see, the people at the top of the tournament are starting to draw. Why is that? Because all but these players have basically guaranteed their submission into day 2. Paul Butler, day 2. Ryan K, day 2. Marvin Emery on Ryu, day 2. As we just watched, here are the other ones that we have to kind of pay attention to. We have Cohen, Chris, Ryan Field, James H. Collinsey, but again, it goes all the way down the top 16.
Yeah.
These are all but locked.
So I think, Cohen is locked in. He's going to, because he's the top 5-1 seed, he's going to pair into probably Marvin Emery and be able to tie. Chris Miner and Ryan Field, James. So it looks like we've got our top 8 players, and then it will just be down to, because how many players are going to qualify? 16? So yeah, from 9th plus, right, it's going to be a bloodbath.
It kind of depends on what it looks like below it. And the reason we say that is I think 4-1-1 going into this last round with another draw even still puts you above every 4 and 2.
Yes.
Sorry, every 5 and 2.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. I did that math wrong. That's incorrect.
That
I'm
is
lying.
incorrect, yeah.
So again, there's a world where depending on how many 5 and 2s exist at the end of this tournament, that those could get a little muddy if those records become, again, they play an opponent that also has to play. Those records could be 4-2-1.
Yeah.
Which is where it gets weird.
So let's see 11th through 20th. That's going to be the most telling, I think, if we can.
Yeah, so as we see, there are another 5 4-1-1 players, and now we're starting to see the 4 and 2s.
So if every single one of these X11s also tie, there would be one. No, because there's more
But
points.
all the X2s below them would be better than X1, 2.
No, they would have the 4-1-1s would have one more point than the 5-2s. Right?
No.
Right?
A draw is 1 point and a win is 3.
Well, okay, no. So like math is 15 through. Can we go back to 1 through 10 real quick? Right? So from 9th place to 15th place, right? We have X11s.
Yes, 7 of them.
Right. Who oh, we're going into the 7th round. So there'll be X12. Those players do need to play. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, those players do need to
And
play.
as we go to the next slide,
Yeah, we can go back to
starting with these 4 and 2 players.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought these guys were 5-1-1.
The
I
goal is they
understand.
want to be.
Yeah, they need to be 5-1-1 in order to secure their spot. So yeah. So from 9th on, they must be playing. Yeah,
Correct.
They must play.
And so these 5 4 and 2s here represented on this slide as we go to our last one showing their top 30 players of the event. As we go all the way down to Alexa V here, would basically be able to match that same energy we were just talking about. If they won their match going to 4-1-2, they would match any of those people that ID that we just talked about.
Yes.
But that's scary territory because, like you said, 15th through 29th are X2 players that are obviously playing and going for their win. And not every X and 2 player will make it.
Yeah. So like math, right, says that all the way up to 29th place could be, right, depending on if everybody played, right?
Yes.
If everybody played, they would be in contention. But because about half of the players in top 16
Already will.
can ID, it means that the last 8 slots are going to be a little bit funky. So they must play, and they must play well, and they got to pray too.
Yes, that's true. But some great characters to call out here of some of these players that we are hopefully also going to get onto our feature match going into this last round. We've got a Sung Jin Woo up here. This is the second Benny Mario, by the way. There's another one on the previous slide.
Yeah, true.
We've got Mega Mutant still in contention here with Nick. And then, of course, we have all the way down for Parker S supporting that Zeke Yeager from set 1. And then we also have a Midoriya here, as well as our slew of Godzillas and Mikasas, of course. So I think it's going to be a pretty exciting representation of what they use to qualify for Day 2. But we've we're going to talk about KOF, I guess.
We're going to talk about the KOF 15 Challenger Series, which you can find UVS LGS. Do exclamation point, find UVS LGS in chat for more information about the King of Fighters 15 Challenger Series. And speaking of, you can go to your local game store to get your copies of this. And the Godzilla pre-release. If you're not at the super duper pre-release that we have at the World Championship, you can hit exclamation point Kaiju pre-release in chat for more information about your local game stores that are going to be hosting these events across the world. I'm pretty happy about that. Are you happy about that?
I am loving opening these packs this entire day. And I love how earlier today we were just like, hey, we're out of packs. More. And, of course, what do? They got us more packs. We got a whole nother kit here for everybody to open. We all get a history's greatest monster, and we've got packs to open. Power token. Yes, of course, Bromley, we've got our power token. What did you open, Mr.
Shin Godzilla arrives.
I want to do it the cool way that you guys were doing, because I hadn't done it.
Oh.
Where it's like, all right, everybody, this is my pack. I got a bladed uppercut, which is a really cool one. I like this one.
I do like that one.
Yeah, bladed uppercut. It has EX2, Frenzy, Powerful 2, Stun 1, Fury, Punch, and Weapon.
Another fine addition to my collection.
Great ultra rare to open here for the representation of Gigan or Gigan, or yes, exactly as I said it.
I think it's Gigan.
But that's gonna be it for round 6, Bromley, and I believe I'm done with you for today. Is that?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, see you later, nerd.
Okay. Well, we're all.